This is Gerardo Del Real with Resource Stock Digest. Joining me today is the CEO of Orestone Mining, Mr. David Hottman. David, how are you?
Very good, Gerardo. How are you?
I am well. Thank you for asking. Let's get right to it. We have gold flirting with $2,000 again. We have copper above $3 a pound. You took a big swing at the Resguardo project. I know the drill results were not what anyone hoped for, but exploration, we talked a bit off air, exploration is what it is, and if it was easy, metal prices would not be where they are today. Can we talk a little bit about Resguardo, and then let's get on and talk about the Captain project, which, again, it's another big swing, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah. So Resguardo, we had a project where you had copper mineralization, or copper and gold mineralization exposed at surface. There was a previous mining of some really good grades, and we put together a small exploration program after acquiring the option on the property to test for what we thought might be the source of that mineralization. It was a really big geophysical anomaly, and just offset from previous mineralization that was mined, as I mentioned. And we drilled it, and it wasn't there. So, like we discussed, that's exploration. The next drill hole can be a big one, and I'll use as an example Kodiak Copper, which is probably known to you and other people. They had a nice drill hole in a big porphyry, and the stock went up 36 million in market cap. And I think you'd mentioned in previous to starting the recording, we've got a $4 million market cap. So that's the business we're in. If you can make your stock go up by 10 times, that's the business we're in.
Absolutely. No, and the market cap that you currently have obviously supports a ton of upside. Exploration, and I always say you should look at companies that allow for multiple misses, as long as the testing can be done efficiently and quickly. And again, to the credit of the team, it wasn't an expensive program. It was a big swing. Had you hit, we'd be having a different conversation. But that's that, and here we are. You're in good shape for the next program. You're pivoting now to the Captain project, which has seen exploration in the past. It's a project the team understands very well. Can you provide a brief overview, and then let's talk about the fact that it sounds like by month end you'll have a rig turning.
That's right. Well, this is a project that is a number of years in the making, in that it is just south of a known producing mine, the Mount Milligan mine, and exploration started south of the mine quite some time ago, and it just in the last 3-4 years, we're really starting to understand the project, and we believe we've found the key to unlock the value now, and that is that we have a cluster of mag anomalies that have coincident moderate IP signatures. The drilling that we did over the last number of years has identified the deposit model and allowed us to be able to target more efficiently. And we believe now that we can, it's not necessarily as easy as shooting fish in a barrel, but we can isolate these targets and drill with a lot higher probability of success.
You've drilled on 2 of the eastern anomalies, correct? And if I'm not mistaken, you had some pretty impressive intercepts. I think you had intervals of 6.1 and 9.1 meters of, I think it was like 4.45 grams per ton gold and almost 6.5 grams per ton gold, with copper credits that were pretty impressive as well. Is this all that accurate there? I'm working off of memory.
Yeah, that's very accurate, and don't lie to everybody. You read that.
I read it earlier, but not right now. I was working off of memory.
But yes, it is. It's a system that actually every place that we have drilled and gotten a mineralized intercept on the property, there's a very high ratio of gold to copper. So they're more gold-rich porphyries than your classic copper porphyry, and that's exciting in and of itself. In that we're more gold bugs than copper bulls. I mean, just as a history in the business, and so the targets that we're going to be drilling have each have the capability of being a deposit, and we'll drill another 2 or 3 of the targets, maybe as many as 4 of the targets. They're relatively close to surface in that there's only maybe 20 to 40 meters of overburden on the particular targets we're going to be drilling. So they'll be, call it 200-meter holes. And as I say, we've got the deposit model down. We'll test 2 to 4 of these targets, and it only takes one. That's the key to the methodology we're using is it's kind of hit and run. I mean, we're not going to drill 10 holes in one target and do the definition of insanity, which is you continue to do the things that don't work, and that's the definition of insanity. We're going to be putting a hole into each of these targets. If it's mineralized, great. Then we know that we can come back with a 10-hole program.
So again, to be clear, you're looking for a legitimate discovery. You don't have any interest in just getting some numbers that read well on a headline to get the stock price up. I know the team. I know the history of success. You obviously are hot for the next deposit, pun intended.
That's right. We're in the business to create wealth or create value, not just flog stock. And we've been involved in numerous big porphyries in the past. All of them are gold porphyries. In Chile, 2 of them down there have a combined 35 million ounces of gold, and then one in Turkey, which turned out to be 13 million ounces of gold. So that's what we're looking for at Captain. We're not looking for something that's small and mediocre. We're looking to find a big deposit, something that's meaningful, that'll create $1 billion worth of value.
How's the infrastructure?
Infrastructure is fantastic. It's been previously logged because of a pine beetle infestation that killed the forests. Basically, it's been clear cut. There's some reforestation that's been done, but basically it's a network of good, solid, or good logging roads on a relatively flat plateau, and very easy to get around. In fact, our permitting for the entire 26 square kilometer project is only $14,000 Canadian because we're drilling on the roads. That's how many roads there are. Almost every single target has a road over the top of it. So we're able to access them with virtually no permitting, virtually no infrastructure build out. You drive up, you drill the hole, and kick dirt into the hole.
Fully funded drill program?
Fully funded. We're only going to be spending, say, $250,000 Canadian on the project. We've got over $500,000 in the bank. So just getting a good drill hole opens up the marketplace to raise as much money as you want. So we're not needing any funding at the moment, and then sometime in the next year we'll need to put together some funding.
Sounds good. David, anything else that you'd like to add?
No. I think that pretty much covers it. Everybody, good hunting, and it's a bull market. Let's make some money.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the update. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Gerardo.